Now, before I start this video, I want to preface and say that this is definitely not financial advice because I'm not qualified to give advice. I don't have a license, so just treat whatever I say today as financial entertainment. And with that out of the way, I'll introduce my dollar cost average investment strategy of 2024. To be transparent, if you are long enough with this channel, you realize that I used to talk a lot about investments in my earlier years of YouTube, but in recent times I talk less of it. Is it because my portfolio is not doing well? Well, it's really because my investing strategy has kind of changed to such a passive strategy that there's nothing much to update. In fact, I know that 2023 year end, the S&P 500 grew by more than 20%, but I made so few videos about it. And if you want to join like-minded investments while adopting the passive investing strategy or even other forms of investing, then join us at over 13,000 members at the Honey Money SG Telegram group. Let's take a look at my Interactive Brokers portfolio, but to be specific for this video, I will just talk about my regular savings plan because in my Interactive Brokers portfolio, there are other individual stocks that I previously have invested, but I no longer add positions into them anymore. It's just that this is my current DCA strategy. I will talk about those that I'm currently doing. And my dollar cost average investment strategy on Interactive Brokers is pretty small because I only started late last year from August, in fact. So most of my legacy positions are more significant than my index funds position in Interactive Brokers. The first very popular ticker will be VWRA, which tracks the FTSE All World Index. This ETF is listed in the London Stock Exchange and domiciled in Ireland, which means less withholding taxes, with an expense ratio of 0.22% per annum. And I guess why it's really popular because it encompasses all the world, including developed markets, developing markets like China, and all these things. If you just want to capture the world market return, then VWRA will be the most popular choice. It is also an accumulating ETF, which means that the dividends will be auto reinvested without you having to do any manual effort. And like I said, because it's domiciled in Ireland, there is a lower withholding tax of 15% instead of the 30% charged by US listed equities or ETF. I started regular savings plan with Interactive Brokers on VWRA since last year in August with $740 per month. That translates to around 1,000 Singapore dollars. And my average price over the few months was $110, with the current price being $118 based on the recording date. So I'm holding around 30 quantity of shares of VWRA with a 7% net gain. And $740 was last year's investment amount. Now that US dollars have dropped quite a little, I'm going to increase the allocation to $760 per month starting from this month onwards. And that is around $1,010 based on the current Singapore dollars to US dollars exchange rate. My second RSP in Interactive Brokers will be QQQM, which tracks the NASDAQ 100 index with an expense ratio of 0.15% per annum. And you realize that this is a dividend distributing ETF, but it's such a small amount of dividends. I started investing in QQQM since my Scythe trade days, and that was between 2022 and 2023, I believe, when I started documenting about my Scythe trade positions. But I have transitioned from Scythe trade to Interactive Brokers. So how I transitioned from Scythe trade is that I just leave the positions untouched. I did not sell them away. I just started doing dollar cost average via the RSP in Interactive Brokers, continuing after that. So to be clear, my Scythe trade position of QQQM is still intact. In fact, you can look at this screenshot right here. So for my Interactive Brokers QQQM regular savings plan, I started since September 2023 after the VWRA position. And it was the same investment amount of $740 monthly. The average price over the past few months was $157, and now the current price is $168 as of the recording date. So my position of QQQM in Interactive Brokers is around 24 shares with an unrealized gain of 7% net. So similarly, the US dollars to Singapore dollars value has dropped, so I'm going to increase that monthly investment amount to $760 going forward. And if you realize, when I started my Interactive Brokers position, I didn't start at the bottom. I started around August to September period. And during back at that time, when you start at August and September, the market was still trending down until the October period bottom, right? October 25 or 26, that was one of the lows in 2023, and I continued to invest monthly dollar cost average even after that. And why I transitioned from Scythe trade to Interactive Brokers was because the recurring investment feature of Interactive Brokers was just launched back then, and with the very attractive foreign exchange rate as well as a low commission of 0.38, which is 38 US cents. I think Interactive Brokers makes it a much more attractive option for you to buy all these Ireland domiciled funds as well as the ETFs because of the cost and the foreign currency attractive rates. But let me be very honest about Interactive Brokers as well. It's not the most beginner friendly platform because there are so many buttons and so many keys to click in and you don't even know what you're clicking on sometimes. So I guess for beginners it's quite difficult for the learning curve to learn Interactive Brokers. But I guess with all the good things that they have placed in, and I've been using Interactive Brokers since 2020, I'm used to that platform. So definitely do check out Interactive Brokers via my referral link, and you can use my sign up promotion to get some free shares of IBKR as a new customer as well. But I want to confess one thing, because I transferred shares out of my Interactive Brokers, and how many shares? That was 25 Tesla shares, which is valued around $5,500 US to another broker, and that is Webull. Why did I transfer out of Interactive Brokers into Webull? It's because of the shares transfer in promotion, where you can get free Tesla shares when you hold that period of at least 360 days. It's like a tiered system. So I'm participating in that promotion, hoping to get more free Tesla shares. And as of the current recording date, I have already executed that transfer, still waiting for it to be deposited into my Webull account. So yes, with Interactive Brokers, you can transfer these positions to the Webull account to take part in that promotion. And if you still haven't signed up for Webull, they have a much simpler process for regular savings plan, which I will go through right here. Welcome to 2024, and if you haven't heard of Webull yet, here is one of their great features on their trading platform. Regular Savings Plan or RSP is where you can dollar cost average your favorite US stocks, ETFs and mutual funds at your own pace. Currently, RSP supports US listed stocks and ETFs and also SGD and USD mutual funds. To set up RSP, you can go to Market, RSP, search for your target stock, ETF or fund. Then for investment amount, there is a minimum of 10 Singapore dollars if you're funding from bank account, or a minimum of 5 US dollars from Webull buying power. For frequency, you may choose from every trading day, week, 2 weeks, or every month. To modify your RSP, go to Account, Orders, Regular Savings Plan, and modify the amount or frequency or cancel the RSP. In the Regular Savings Plan page, you may also find useful information like tickers that track the Dow Jones, S&P 500 or NASDAQ, popular funds and popular stocks that many others are interested in. What's more, if you're new to Webull, subscribe over 500 US dollars to Moneybull and maintain fund for 30 days and you will receive 25 free shares each worth from 3 to 500 US dollars. Terms and conditions apply. So don't miss this offer and get your Webull account by using my referral link down below or scan the QR code right here to get your Webull account today. So yes, here is my dollar cost average investment strategy for the year of 2024. And to be super clear, I have only documented my cash investment strategy. So that's around $2,000 monthly for cash. For CPF, I think I will do another video to update that because there's a whole new different investing mindset that you should adopt when you're using your CPF funds to invest. And if you're asking the question, why did I choose VWRA and QQQM? Where is the S&P 500 index? Then I can assure you it's not that I have missed the S&P 500 index. It's just not within this video. Like I said, VWRA encompasses the world index, including developed and developing markets. Then QQQM is more for the technological front. I believe in tech for the future. So that's like a more aggressive kind of investment strategy that is slightly higher risk than VWRA. So these two tickers, 760 US dollars or 1,000 SG dollars each month, totaling up to 2,000 Singapore dollars. Not too bad, right? And it's all fully automated, including the funding, because I could just do recurring transfers from my UOB bank account to Interactive Brokers and set it on auto transfer every month. So I really don't have to touch it, which is why I rarely talk about my investment portfolios, because there's not much to talk about. I don't need to do like manual transfers and then show you the outcome, because you all know I'm investing in an index. Whatever is the index is my market return. Then some of you may ask, what about the rest of your portfolio of individual stocks? Why you don't want to show? Scared is it? I think there's not much for me to show. I can honestly tell you it's just the mega caps, like the likes of Apple, Microsoft, all these large companies of the world. It's just that I don't recommend people to do stock picking because that involves a whole new level of skills and the risk level is much higher. And I don't want to push my viewers to thinking that stock picking is a skill, because I myself don't even have the skill. Who am I to teach that? You are right to do stock picking. But of course, if you're good in it, please continue in it. I'm not good in it, that's why I don't talk about it. So yeah, maybe the next investment strategy update, I'll talk about my CPF investing, because that's a whole new different ballgame, which I will cover. But if you want really detailed steps on how to set up your Interactive Brokers RSP, as well as Webull or even SafeTrade, which is the more easier option, then I could refer you to my previous video that I done up last year.